A specter of relentless vengeance, Kalista stalks the living as an armored nightmare from the Shadow Isles, hunting down deceivers and traitors. The betrayed may call for justice in blood, but she heeds only those willing to sacrifice their very souls. Once Kalista's wrath is set upon a target, there is no escape. Only the cold, searing fire of her soul spears can sever the pact and bring the final reckoning. Let's dive into the tragic tale of Kalista. Welcome, lore lovers, to Lion Rug. Once, Kalista was a proud general, bound by honor and loyalty as the niece of a long-forgotten king. She stood as his shield, ever watchful, and when assassins came for the throne, it was her vigilance that spared his life. Yet, in saving him, she doomed another, the queen. The assassin's blade, deflected but laced with venom, found her arm instead. No healer, no priest could halt the creeping poison. Desperate, the grieving king sent Kalista to seek a cure, leaving Hecarim of the Iron Order to stand in her place. Her search led her across distant lands, from scholars to mystics, yet no wisdom could save the dying queen. Then whispers spoke of a hidden land, veiled in pale mist, where secrets of eternal life were guarded. Hope drove Kalista to the Blessed Isles. At Helia's gates, the guardians saw the purity of her cause and let her pass. She pleaded for the queen's salvation, and after much deliberation, the masters of the city relented. So long as breath remained in the queen's body, the fabled waters of life might yet save her. They granted Kalista a talisman, a key to return unaided, but with one warning: this knowledge was not hers to share. By the time Kalista returned, the queen was no more. Death had claimed her, but the king refused to let go. Consumed by grief, he locked himself away in his tower, keeping the decaying corpse as if sheer will could defy fate. When news of Kalista's return reached him, he demanded answers. With a heavy heart, for she had never failed him before, she told the truth. The cure she had sought was useless now, but the king would not accept it. In his madness, he branded her a traitor. It was Hecarim who swayed her. If she led him to the Blessed Isles, he reasoned, the masters could speak the truth themselves. Perhaps then the king would find peace, would finally allow his queen to rest. Reluctantly, Kalista agreed. A fleet of the swiftest ships set sail, the king exulting as the mist parted to reveal the radiant city of Helia. Yet their triumph was short-lived. The guardians of the isle stood firm, bearing their passage. Death, they decreed, was absolute. To defy it was to unravel the order of the world. King's fury burned like an unholy fire, demanding blood to break the will of the Blessed Isles. He ordered Kalista to slaughter those who stood against them, but she would not bend. Instead, she turned to Hecarim, expecting loyalty, only to feel the cold betrayal of his spear driving through her back. The Iron Order fell upon her, their weapons tearing through armor and flesh alike. A brutal clash followed, her loyal warriors fighting to their last breath, but they were too few. As Kalista lay dying, her vision darkened, and with her final breath, she swore vengeance. When her eyes opened once more, they burned with an unnatural glow. The Blessed Isles had become a twisted ruin, its beauty consumed by shadow, its people condemned to undeath. The echoes of her past faded, leaving only a smoldering thirst for revenge. Now she roams as a specter of retribution, a name whispered in dread by the betrayed. Those who seek vengeance become bound to her will, their souls entwined with the spear of vengeance, forever lost in her wrath. Sorry for this quick break, but if you are enjoying this dive into Kalista's story, don't forget to like and subscribe. Your support helps the channel grow, bringing more deep lore and forgotten legends to life. And who knows, maybe your next favorite character story is just around the corner. Now let's get back to the tale. Centuries have worn away the memories of Hecarim's monstrous betrayal, leaving Kalista with nothing but the searing hunger for vengeance smoldering within her ruined chest. Now she is no longer a woman, nor even a warrior. She is a specter, a whisper in the dark, a name spoken in dread by those who have tasted treachery, those who call upon her, those whose souls burn with the same agony of betrayal are bound to her will. In their final price, they are consumed, becoming one with the spear of vengeance itself. Kalista was Viego's niece and once served as one of his most trusted generals. Her father, the previous king of Camavor, was Viego's elder brother. Overlooked in favor of his sibling, Viego grew up largely in Kalista's shadow, yet the two were close in their youth. However, when her father fell in battle and Viego took the throne, his worst traits flourished, and their bond began to fray. Still, Kalista remained loyal. In life, Ledros was more than Kalista's commander. He was her lover. Even in undeath, he seeks to free her from the curse binding her soul. Thresh, ever the tormentor, tried to sway Ledros into abandoning his quest, even claiming his silver pendant, a keepsake that might remind Kalista of who she once was. Yet, rather than yield to despair, Ledros fights on, determined to end the ruination itself. Once her trusted second in command, Hecarim betrayed Kalista at the moment of her greatest defiance, driving his spear into her back before leading the slaughter of her warriors. Now, her vengeance knows no rest. She hunts him and the remnants of his Iron Order across the Shadow Isles, yet they rise again with each cycle of the Black Mist, forever bound in a war without end. Vladimir bore Kalista's soul mark, a curse that should have bound his fate to hers, yet through an ancient artifact he drove her back, slipping beyond her grasp. A prince of Camavor and a distant relative to both her and Viego, Vladimir had already walked the world for centuries by the time they were born, his secrets stretching further than even she could uncover. Kalista's vengeance sometimes calls her to the demon Tam Kench, yet he remains beyond her reach. His contracts protect him, binding his victims to fate even she cannot unravel. Long before he became a master of arcane power, Arise crossed paths with Kalista on her journey to the Blessed Isles. She saw in him a reflection of Viego, arrogant, entitled, blind to the weight of responsibility. Their first meeting ended with his arm twisted in pain, and from that day he learned to show her respect. When news reached him that Kalista had sacrificed herself to give the people of Helia a chance to escape Camavor's invasion, regret weighed heavy on him. He had never found a chance to make amends. Kalista is one of loyalty, betrayal, and vengeance that never sleeps. But what do you think? Was she truly doomed? Or is there still a path to redemption? Let's keep the discussion going. Like, share, and subscribe for more lore-filled journeys, and join our Discord to help build a cozy haven for lore lovers like us. Until next time, may your fate never be sealed by the spears of vengeance.